My name is Derek Parks. I own and operate a security firm, Metropolitan Protective Services.
I'm Tiffany Huntley.
Right.
Eric Weaver.
Ebony Horn. Well, Tiffany Huntley used to make the sauce in her kitchen for us every time we ate crabs or, ate shrimp or whatever. And we had a point of just asking her every time we went to a crab feast or ate shrimp, could she make something? Could you make a batch full of sauce for us? And it's like her friends, family, everybody would ask her to make it at some point. Then she just decided to try and bottle it, try to market it.
As far back as I can remember, I always kind of migrated towards management and running or operating my own business. I remember when I was about 12 years old or 10 or 12, I organized the guys in the neighborhood, and we used to cut people's grass for $6 and rake leaves for $6. It's just something that, I don't know, something's in the blood. Money, get your money together. Try to be, I think, independently financed is a good way to be. A lot of times, sometimes businesses, you can't necessarily be independently financed. But the thing is that I think that most people need to understand or realize is that you have to, if you're unwilling to invest in yourself, then why would anybody else invest in you?
As a small business starting out, money is an issue. Because we didn't do any loans, we used our own money. And we just built off that. And we know as a small business, we're not really going to make any money when we start a small business. And we're basically just putting money in, we're not really expecting to get a profit. But we also want a lot of people to know about it so we can start to make money. So that's the big thing. And marketing, like, it's so expensive.
Right.
But luckily, stuff like you guys, your show, Facebook, Twitter, it's like a lot of free marketing ideas that we've been using. But if you want to really go nationwide, it's hard.
Well, you know what? I used to own a restaurant, and that actually lost a lot of money. I think I put up me and the other individuals that we let in on investment. We lost probably close to about maybe $700,000 on that investment. Unfortunately, we were making so much money at the time that we thought we could just go in on our own and finance the whole thing. And I think that it's not that black people don't support other black businesses. I think that what happens is, unfortunately, the level of service that's acceptable in just generic business, some black companies have a hard time making it up to that level of service. And in some industries, the level of service is what it is. If you run in a rib joint, people go in a rib joint expecting rib joint service, and that's just the nature of the beast. But if you want an upscale white linen cloth restaurant, you can't run it like a rib joint. So the thing is, I think that it's a retraining of customer service that most black businesses have to engage in, and it's a perspective of, just because it seems right to you doesn't mean that it's going to be right to the other individuals that's buying your product or supporting your business. And I think when a black business looks at itself from that perspective and that angle, that they'll have an opportunity to if they're honest with themselves, they won't have an issue or a problem getting up to speed to the standard in which people are expected. Because, it doesn't matter to me, who owns a particular store. If I get treated right and the service is where it needs to be, then I'm going to support that store. So whether it's black, Korean owned, or white owned, it really doesn't, make a real big difference.
I think just really taking business serious. Well, a lot of times we don't take things period as serious as other people do. So I think just understanding business is business, and whether it's a family business or a friendship business, making it a business. And that's the thing we kind of try to stay on top of, making sure we always put the business first.
I think it's when you get a marketer, you get an individual that's willing to buy your product or invest in your product, you should always be consistent with them and always treat them as your only customer. Don't treat them like they're like one of 6 stores that carry your product. Always be consistent. Always make sure you talk to everybody, all the managers, all the customers, and make sure that we appreciate that they put our product in their environment, in their stores.
I heard this saying, which I think is really true. It's called the 6 points of success, which is, if I can recall them, which is planning, preparation, and practice prevents piss poor performance. So I think that if you keep that in mind, and really the biggest thing is keep an eye on the bottom line. There's a lot of people spend more than they actually bring in, and if you find in a lot of business, a lot of successful business, the individual that their sales were successful to a certain extent in their own lives. And not saying that they had the biggest car or the biggest house, but they were financially able to stay within their circle. And that's what I find to be the biggest challenge, whether it's in business or it's individuals in their personal lives, that they overextend themselves as it relates to credit and the way they spend their money. If they actually kind of stay within their means, if they make $50,000 a year but live like they're making $40,000 a year, guess what? They're always going to be at an advantage, because they're always going to have that $10,000 additional dollars at the end, which will continue to accumulate. Now, if they're making $50,000 a year and they spending money like they're making $70,000 a year, then they're always going to be broke. And you can't run a business the same way you can't run your life that way. There's certain risks that you have to take in owning and running a business. However, in our personal lives, if you govern your personal life pretty much the way you govern your business, I think you'll be successful if you live by those ratios that you got to stay within your means. And a lot of times, most individuals don't. They overextend their credit, they spend more money, or they look forward to payday. Payday should be just another day that, you don't spend any more money or less money because it's payday. It should just be another day that you just collect mail or you get your check and deposit it. It shouldn't be that weekend is going to be a great weekend.
So tell us more about where we can purchase your products.
Honey Seafood Dipping Sauce is currently sold in Wegmans, Giant Food, Whole Foods Market, Cameron Seafood Markets, Edward Seafood Markets, Jumbo International Grocery Store, and online at www.huntleyseafooddipping.sauce. What's the website, Ebony?
Huntley's Dipping Sauce. HUNTLEYSDIPPINSAUCE.com.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. And what are some other things that people can do to support you all outside of buying your sauce, in addition to buying your sauce?
Our Facebook page. Come be a friend on the Facebook page. Huntley Seafood Dipping Sauce has a Facebook page and also a Twitter account. You can follow us on Twitter or become a friend of us on Facebook.